welcome to the Mainline Music Stage, where every track tells a story and every voice carries a journey. Tonight's performance is called Only the Hobo Knows, a collection of songs not just about drifting in dust, but about purpose, peace, and the poetry of the open road. These songs speak of freedom, hardship, memory, and mystery, the kind of things that only a true hobo would understand. Before we dive into the music, we'd like to thank tonight's sponsor, Northport Highway Motors, where every used truck comes with a full tank, fresh tires, and a handshake from somebody who still believes in doing business the right way. Stop by and ask for Big Earl. He'll get you rolling. Now let me tell you a little story to get us started. There's an old man who comes through here every spring. Nobody knows exactly where he's from. Carries a beat-up mandolin, wears boots so worn they've seen more states than most folks ever will. He never asked for much, just a warm cup, a place to sit, and a minute to listen. He told me once, "You don't find the road finds you. And when it does, you best listen close. 'Cause the road don't ask no questions, but it sure answers a few." That's the spirit we're bringing to the stage tonight. Songs carved out of tin cans, campfires, and fast trains in the night. So settle in, friends. Whether you've ever chased a whistle in the wind or just dreamed of it from your back porch, these songs are for you. From all of us here at the Mainline Music Stage, thank you for joining us. Let's get rolling.
He came to me one April dawn with a lonesome grin and a jacket torn. Said, "Darling, don't fall too deep. I ain't the kind of man you keep." But I gave him coffee, gave him grace, watched the sun light up his face. He kissed my hand, then like a song, my hobo kept moving along. My hobo keeps moving along, like a whistle in a midnight song. He's a whisper on the western breeze, a name the wind won't ever tease. I hold my breath, but not for long, 'cause my hobo keeps moving along. He writes me notes on paper scraps, leaves them tucked beneath my maps. He'll mark an X near two below, then vanish where the boxcars go. I ask the stars, will he be near? But all they ever do is disappear. The road don't ride what feels so wrong when my hobo keeps moving along. He was born with a freight train cry. Watch the boxcars rumble by. Climb the fence at 17, chasing life through smoky dreams. I stitched his name in his oval coat. With every thread I prayed he'd stay afloat. He's the hobo I raised with a mother's hand, fed in truth, did the best I can. But you can't tie down a restless breeze or chain a boy who walks with ease. So I whisper love to the wind each day for the hobo I raised who walked away. He writes me letters in crooked lines, from Illinois hills to Georgia pines. Says he sleeps 'neath stars and diesel roads, with a song in his soul and muddy floors. And I keep his room just like it was, dust and all, for the sake of love. He's a hobo I raised with a mother's grace. Left my porch, found the world his place. You can't fence in a heart that roams or beg the rails to bring him home. So I send my prayers down the southern way for the hobo I raised who couldn't stay. Some call him lost, say he's thrown his life, but I see the spark in a soul that fights. He walks for the weary, sings for the poor. He's got more heart than the town next door. He's the hobo I raised with lullabies. Watch the sunrise in his traveling eyes. You can stop a flame once it's caught the sky, but a mother still waits and a mother still cries. So I hum him home through the wind and rain. The hobo I raised, still mine by name. Still mine by name.
The boxcar shakes, the twilight sighs, a breeze rolls in from distant skies. The stars peek down through broken steel, and I find peace the rich don't feel. I ain't got much, but I got grace etched in rust, in time and place. I sing them boxcar songs written in soot and steam, truths from the road and midnight dreams. No choir robes, no stained glass calls, just verses carved on these boxcar walls. Hallelujahs ring where the rail winds roam. The Lord walks with hobos when they're alone. I read one scrawled in coal black dust. He makes me lie in fields of trust. Another said near a dented door, though I am poor, my soul is more. I smiled and added mine that night. His light still shines in lantern light. I sang them boxcar songs, scratched with battered hands, laid on steel by makeshift bands. No golden pews, no altar calls, but heaven's near on these boxcar walls. Hallelujahs echo down the rail where the prayers of the wanderer never fail. The Lord is near to the ones who roam, to the cold, the tired, the far from home. Though I wander, I never stray, for His mercy rides the rails each day. So if you pass a lonesome track, hear a whistle cry and don't look back. Know a song may rise from smokestack haze, a boxcar psalm of hobo praise. We sing them boxcar songs through rain and rust, carried by wind, anchored in trust, with battered shoes and battered walls. We still find grace when heaven calls. Hallelujahs roll where the train wheels moan, and only a hobo knows he's never alone.
Met her in the autumn chill, neath a boxcar moon so wide. She had a scarf round her neck and that wild spark in her eyes. Said she left behind the silver, traded lace for denim seams, tired of walls and rules and mirrors, chasing fires in her dreams. She rode the rails with me, past the wheat fields and pine trees. No place to be, no stars and a breeze. The towns went by like pages, but her heart was wild and free. She didn't just follow, she rode the rails with me. Played harmonica low at night while I strummed my old guitar, singing soft about lost lovers and the ones who roam too far. She knew the taste of sorrow, but she never let it show. Always danced on gravel shoulders where the freight trains go. She rode the rails with me through the rain in Tennessee. No map to guide, no tears to hide, just the sky and the sea. We shared a coat and coffee and a life that begged to flee. She wasn't just passing, rode the rails with me. Some say love's a house with windows, but ours was made of song. And when she said she had to go, I knew she wouldn't stay too long. She kissed me by the switching yard, then faded like the dawn. She rode the rails with me. Now she's just a memory, a name carved deep in a boxcar seat and a ghost in the melody. Still I ride these tracks at midnight and pray someday I'll see that gypsy-hearted angel who once rode the rails with me.
Played a spoon and a coffee can with calloused hands and a weathered tan by the fire in a freight yard night where the boxcars glow in the lantern light. No stage, no crowd, no velvet seat, just boots on gravel and cold bare feet. But the stars leaned down just to hear that tune as the coal train hummed beneath the moon. It's a tin can symphony played with soul and rust. No polished gold, no diamond dust. It's the heartbeat song of the outcast man with a rhythm you will learn in a high school band. No spotlight needed, just fire and sky and a prayer that floats when the rails roll by. It ain't pretty, but it's wild and free. That's the sound of the Tin Can Symphony. He's tuned to sorrow, strung with grace. Each dented note finds its rightful place. A hymn for the drifter, the lost, the broke. A melody born in hobo smoke. He's got stories hid in his ragged sleeves of towns he loved and had to leave. But when he plays, the whole world stops and the rust sings sweet from a bottle top. It's a tin can symphony, raw and real, made of hunger, hope, and a hand-me-down meal. Played on junk, but it sounds like gold. With a heart so young and a soul so old, you won't find it on your radio dial, but it'll haunt you softly for a long, long while. It ain't but it's pure to me. That's the soul of the Tin Can Symphony. One man's trash is another man's tune. One man's shame is another man's June. You ain't lived till you've heard him play at the edge of town where the lost ones stay. It's a Tin Can Symphony, no charts, no fame, but it calls the wind and it cries your name. With a soup can drum and a bottle slide, he turns cold nights into something alive. No glory, no Grammy, no limousine, just a front row seat to a hobo dream. It ain't loud, but it's legacy. That quiet song, the Tin Can Symphony. You won't hear it in the city glow, but out by the rails where the moon hangs low, that's where the symphony starts to grow. Only a hobo knows.
Smoke curls slow in the midnight breeze, while the pine trees whisper like old memories. Boots are worn and the coffee's thin, but the stories start when the quiet sets in. A circle of souls with nowhere to be, just the stars above and the sound of the sea. And one old man with a voice like coal says, let me tell y'all what saved my soul. It's the campfire gospel passed hand to hand. No steeple, no choir, no preacher man, just a flame that flickers and warms your bones, while a broken world leaves you alone. You can learn more truth in a smoky night sky than you ever will in a book you buy. Hearts wide open where the soft wind blows. That's the campfire gospel, friend. And it knows. A young drifter strums a battered guitar, sings about love that never got far. Another man nods with a tear-stained grin, says, boy, I felt that way back when. A woman hums low with her eyes shut tight, like she's praying thanks just to be alright. No judgment here, no need to pretend, 'cause the fire don't care where you've been. It's the campfire gospel, where grace runs deep in the hands of the hungry and the lost who weep. No verses read, just truth you feel, and the kind of hurt only time can heal. You can hear God's voice in the embers glow, in the crack and pop of the flames that grow. It don't take much for a soul to see that firelight sings like a melody. Ashes fall like forgotten sin, and every scar shines in firelight skin. The past burns slow and the night forgives. In this little church where the quiet lives, it's the campfire gospel, preached with smoke by the ones the world forgot and broke. They pass around peace with a coffee cup, and light the dark when hope dries up. No walls, no pews, just the open night and a song of mercy in the firelight. Yeah, the lost get found in the embers glow, and the truth is clear. That's the campfire gospel, friend, and it knows. So pull up a log if you're tired and low. There's healing here, and the fire still knows. He don't carry much, just a sack and a grin, a battered old coat and the wind blowing in. He slept under stars and in rusted out sheds, with a freight train lullaby singing over his head. Folks stop and ask him where you been, where you go. But there's some things, son, only a hobo knows. Only a hobo knows the sound of a lonesome rail, the way the sunrise feels on a boxcar trail, the taste of beans warmed by trash can fire, the hum of the wheels when your soul's grown tired. You can read 1,000 books, wear 1,000 clothes, but there's some things, friend, only a hobo knows. He's seen rich men cry and poor men give,
learned you don't need much to really live. He's watched the cities rise, seen the farms go dry. I held a child's hand just to help her not cry. He's got a map in his heart where the wild wind blows. But that path, my friend, only a hobo knows. Only a hobo knows the smell of rain on steel, the way a cold night makes your prayers feel real, the sound of a song through a cracked cafe door, where no one cares who you used to be before. You can judge all you want from your high window, but the truth out here, only a hobo knows. He don't chase fame, he ain't got much pride, but he's got more peace than the suits who ride. You ask what he's learned on the rails he chose, he just smiles and says, more than I'll ever show. 'Cause only a hobo knows the weight of goodbye, how to read the story in a stranger's eye, the beauty of silence when the world moves fast, and the grace of a moment you pray will last. You can talk real smart with your fancy prose, but the road's old truths only a hobo knows. So tip your hat if you see him passing through. He's seen things you never even knew, with a life full of stories nobody chose. Some things, my friend, only a hobo knows.
Threadbare coat and a sunburned face, a rambling man don't need no place. Wandered far on a winding trail, riding boxcars, sleeping by the rail. The world rolls by, but I ain't lost. This kind of freedom, son, comes with a cost. Dust on my shoes, peace in my soul. Ain't got a roof, but I don't need a goal. A starlit sky is my feather bed, and I rest just fine with a rock for a head. Folks in mansions can toss and turn, but I sleep deep when the campfires burn. Yeah, dust on my shoes, peace in my soul. Ain't no mortgage on a gravel road. I carry my life, I carry my load. No alarm clocks, no suit and tie, just a jug and a tune and an open sky. They say I'm poor, but they don't know there's riches out here where the wild winds blow. Dust on my shoes, peace in my soul. I ain't got much, but I'm feeling whole. I hum a hymn Let the rain come down, let the sun beat strong. This life may be rough, but it sure ain't wrong. I've met more truth by a railroad sign than most folks find in a lifetime. Dust on my shoes, peace in my soul. He's got no roof, but he's paid in full. The night wind sings me a lullaby underneath that cathedral sky. Don't need walls, don't need control. I'm already home on this endless stroll. Yeah, dust on my shoes, peace in my soul. He's got no roof, but he sleeps just fine while the world keeps chasing a crooked line. The hobo knows he'll be just fine.
Long before the age of smartphones and interstates, there was another kind of traveler, one with dust on his boots, a bindle on his back, and the open road as his compass. They were called hobos, and their story winds through the heart of American history like the steel rails they rode. The hobo first emerged after the Civil War, when thousands of men returned home to find no home at all. Farms were ruined, towns were gone, and jobs were scarce, so they wandered, on foot and by freight train, looking for work, adventure, or just a hot meal and friendly fire. By the late 1800s, during the rise of the railroad, hobos had become a full-blown subculture. They weren't tramps or bums. Tramps walked and begged. Bums didn't walk or work. But hobos worked when they could. They were laborers, harvest hands, loggers, and factory men, ready to lend a day's strength for $1 and a plate of stew. They carried stories with them, carved symbols into fence posts, and passed down a secret language made of chalk marks and whispered warnings. During the Great Depression, the hobo population exploded. Teenagers, fathers, and entire families took to the rails when their homes were lost to banks or dust storms. The trains were rough, and so was life. Railroad bulls, hired enforcers, chased them off boxcars. Weather and hunger tested them daily, but still they traveled. Still they sang. Still they hoped. Some say the golden age of the hobo ended after World War II, when prosperity returned and the trains were watched too closely. But the spirit never truly died. It lives in songs and stories told around campfires, and in every soul who dreams of freedom beyond the horizon. Because even today, somewhere out there, a distant whistle blows, and only a hobo knows what it means.
I left that town with nothing but a pack of quiet shame. Too many folks with memories and someone else to blame. But out here past the fences where the blacktop turns to sky, the wind don't pry for answers, it just lets a man go by. The road don't ask no questions, it just rolls beneath my feet. No court, no judge, no preacher man, just stars and moonlight heat. It don't recall my troubles or the names I've had to lose. It only asks I keep on walking in these worn out traveling shoes. Found a place by the river, shared a fire with a friend. He told me all his stories like the world might never end.
fine. The road don't ask no questions, and I've run out of lies. So I walk into the sunset where the truth don't wear disguise. I got no need for answers, just the sky and these old shoes. 'Cause the road don't ask no questions, and I ain't got much to prove.
There's a post by the junction where the tracks all split. An old pine pole with 100 names read. One says safe camp west, another hot stew north. A hobo's Bible written where no maps run forth. Signs carved in wood, letters rough and worn, stories left behind where a drifter was born. No GPS or road sign glow, just a knife and a prayer, telling strangers what we know and how to get there.
By the fence in Tulsa, there's a sign says no dogs. Another etched in maple, avoid the copper logs. One says preacher lives near mile 22. He'll feed you beans and give the word to you. Signs carved in wood, letters rough and worn, stories left behind where a drifter was born. No GPS or road sign glow, just a knife and a prayer, telling strangers what we know and how to get there. It ain't the scribbles in city halls that guide our wandering hands. It's the hearts that took the time to leave the truth ingrained in land. Signs carved in wood, trail markers from the soul, written not for glory but to keep the broken whole. A whispered hope, a traveler's code beneath the sky so wide. Signs carved in wood keep the brotherhood alive.
He tips his brim down low as the whistle fades away. rusty boots, same knapsack, just another brand new day. A dozen towns behind him, no one knows his name, but that old hat holds the stories that never sound the same. Old hat, new town, same heart, same vow, to chase the sound of freedom through the ever-changing now. No roots, no rent, no ties to drag him down, just dreams beneath an old hat in a brand new town. He slept in boxcars, barns, and fields where no one dares to roam. But he calls each sky his ceiling and each road is kind of home. That brim has shaded heartbreak and caught the falling rain. Held his tears through glory, held his grit through pain. Old hat, new town, same heart, same vow, to chase the sound of freedom through the ever-changing now. No roots, no rent, no ties to drag him down, just dreams beneath an old hat in a brand new town. He says you don't need much to start again, just boots and hope and fire within. Old hat, new town, he tips it with a grin. The world don't owe him nothing but the chance to try again. No past to chase, no anchor dragging him down, just faith beneath that old hat in a brand new town.
Got my boots on the ground, walking westbound down the line. Ain't no map and no one waiting, just that old sun trying to shine. Oh, wind on the tracks, blow low, blow long, carry this soul where the rails sing strong. Lord, if you're watching, don't let me fall, just one more mile, that's all. Had some coffee from a tin, shared my bread with a dog named Blue. Ain't no riches in my pocket, but the sky above is true. Oh, wind on the tracks, blow low, blow long, carry this soul where the rails sing strong. Lord, if you're listening, don't let me roam till my 2 feet bring me home. Met a preacher near the bend, and said the road was full of grace, and told me stories about redemption. I just smiled and kept my pace. Oh, wind on the tracks, blow low, blow long, carry this soul where the rails sing strong. Maybe I'm wandering, maybe I'm free, this rambling life's for me. Oh, my darling, the rambling life's for me.
pier. While other kids played ball and tag, I was watching smoke from a boxcar drag. Steel and thunder, that was my song. Jumped my first train for I was strong. By 16 I had a railman's tan. Folks started calling me the Acre Man. I'm riding high, I'm riding lean. Fast train rolling like a diesel dream. Never found a flop where I could stay. Just tossing my boots at the end of the day. I ain't looking back and I don't stand still. I ride for the wind and I ride for the thrill. I know the sound of a lonesome rail, the rattle and hum, the click and the wail. On the fly I'll catch my ride, holding tight on the bumpy side. Folks in town say I'm half crazy, living off stew and the stars above me. But I've seen the Rockies, the desert sand, with my head hanging out of a freight train van. I'm riding high, I'm riding lean. Fast train rolling like a diesel dream. Never made much, never wore gold, but I got tales that'll never get old. I ain't got roots, but I got a plan. Keep moving fast like the Ackerman can. Some ride buses, some buy flights, some sit still for 100 nights. But me, I'd rather chase that line where the moonlight rides and the rails shine. I'm riding high, I'm riding free. Fast train singing a hymn to me. When I go, don't build no stone. Just toss my boots where the trains have flown. I'll catch that westbound if I can, but not today. Not this Sacramento. Found his boots by the river bend, tied up neat like he knew the end. His bindle gone, the coal's gone cold. No story left, no tale retold. He caught the westbound, silent and black, rolling through midnight, never looked back. Ain't no whistle, no clickety track. Hobo Jack ain't coming back. He rode the high lines, dodged the bull, laughed through storms and empty hulls, shared his stew and shared his grace, trace. He caught the westbound, silent and black, rolling through midnight, never looked back. Ain't no whistle, no clickety track. Hobo Jack ain't coming back. Some say he heard the sky pilot pray. Some say he just slipped away. No cross to mark the place he lay, just a wind-blown hat and yesterday. By the jungle fire we'll sing his name, raise our tin cups just the same. He rode the road till his final breath, a hobo's life, a hobo's death. He caught the westbound, silent and black, rolling through midnight, never looked back. Now the stars above light up his track. Hobo Jack ain't coming back. No, Hobo Jack ain't coming back.
I got a hole in my boot and a map in my head, a pack full of nothing and a boxcar bed. No address, no chain, no bills to pay. I walk when I'm broke and I ride when I may. The world spins fast, I just let it roll. I've carved my story on a midnight cold. Folks say I'm lost, but I just smile. I've been free for 100 miles, 'cause the road don't know my name, and I like it just the same. No ties, no past, just sky and flame, living wild in the whistle's frame. You can call me nothing, call me lame, but the road don't know my name. I've eaten stew from a coffee can, shared jokes with a one-eyed man. I've dodged the bull, I've jumped on steel, learn the weight of a broken meal. A sky pilot tried to save my soul, preached the word by burning coal. I thanked him kind and tipped my hat, but I ain't done rambling just man looking for fortune ain't playing no game. Got dirt on my hands, but my soul's untamed. I'm a shadow riding wind and flame. I ain't famous, but I ain't ashamed. 'Cause the road don't know my name.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight for Only a Hobo Knows, a heartfelt production of the Mainline Music Stage. We hope the songs and stories took you down those winding tracks, across boxcars and campfires, and deep into the soul of the American rail. As we wrap up this unforgettable night, we kindly remind you that this performance is for your own personal enjoyment and cannot be recorded, reproduced, or distributed in any form. The music presented for Only a Hobo Knows is a protected production of the Mainline Music Stage. A huge thank you to all of tonight's incredible performers who brought these stories to life. We also extend our deepest gratitude to Hometown Pharmacy. Your continued support helps keep the music rolling down the line. Before you go, be sure to stop by our selfie store for exclusive merch, music, and more. You'll find treasures just as unique as tonight's show. From all of us at the Mainline Music Stage, travel safe, keep a song in your heart, and remember, only a hobo knows. Good night.